So here it is, our self tanner lotion and our self tanner spray. I'm going to show you how to do both of these today, but first I want to go over a few tips before you get started. First, you want to make sure and wash and shave and exfoliate. You do not have to get any fancy exfoliation scrub or anything like that. I use plain old sugar. If you're using any oily products though, like in your sugar scrub or anything, make sure you wash yourself really good with not a harsh soap, but something that's going to get you really clean and get those oils off, because you want to have fresh bare skin. You also want to make sure you do not put any lotion or anything like that on your skin. I am completely just washed, nothing on, no lotion, nothing, because you want this to be able to soak in. When you apply, you can either use our application tool, you can use a mitt, you can use gloves, you can use your bare hands, but if you do, you need to wash them intermittently while you are applying, because the color sets really quickly, which is a good thing, but you don't want orangey hands, that is for sure. Before you start, I also usually put a little bit of lotion on some of my joints, like my elbows, my knees, my ankles, my hands and my wrists, just to prevent that extra absorption into those areas. The color still works on them, it just helps so they don't get orangey. And those are our tips. So here we go, we're gonna get started. So here we are going to get started with our lotion, and our lotion is good for dry skin, and I mainly use this for my body. The spray I'm going to use for my face and my hands, but this is great for your body. But first, before we get started, put a little lotion on. So I'm going to be using a mitt today, but I want to prep my hands to prevent any absorption that might happen just by accident. And I'm just going to do an arm for you today to show you that. So I'm also going to put a little bit of lotion on my elbow here. And it just kind of helps to fill in all those extra wrinkles we have on our joints, and so it's not going to absorb too much in there. So get that good, and my hands are really good. I'm going to use a mitt today. Looks like this. You can get it really cheap, Amazon or Ulta. You're just going to slide it on like this, and then I'm going to apply some of our lotion on here. Like so. And I'm just gonna rub it in. Now, some streaking can occur. Don't be alarmed by that, because in the morning it is going to wash off, no problem. You actually don't want to over rub. I tend to do that. I think it should look flawless, so don't be alarmed with the streaking. So that was enough for my lower arm, so now I'm going to do some for my upper arm here. And the color starts to set in really quickly. I did a test demo last week, and it was about 2 hours later I could already start. You can't really see in this light, but there is a tinge. Do you see some of that streaking? That's okay. Don't be scared. But make sure you rub everywhere. You don't want to forget any part. And one thing to note is this smells amazing. It does not smell like your typical tanning lotion. So it smells really, really nice. You won't walk around smelling like that. Alright, so that's one arm. I'm going to do the rest of my body, and then I'll come with the spray. So next up, the spray. This is amazing because it's so quick and you need so little to do your face. You can use either a brush to blend it all in, or you can use like the tanning mitt I've been using. So I'm going to just squirt a few on my face here. And I'm going to use the mitt this time. You can kind of see the little splashes. And then I'll show you the brush. The brush is good because you can actually spray the brush, or you can just spray. For example, I'm going to do a little on here for my ears. And the brush, see how that just kind of fits in everywhere? Now with this, I would also do my neck area, spray and wipe in. Make sure you get under here, because I always forget that, to put your chin up and get under there. Another great place for this is on your arm and wrist. Or not your arm, but your wrist and your hands. So I already put the lotion on, the tanning lotion on my arm, but, sorry, my dryer. But on my hands, I put a lot of regular lotion on so it wouldn't overly absorb. So then what I would do is I would come, I'm trying to get the lighting right there, and I would just put one spray on my hand. You can kind of see that. And I would just kind of rub it in. And that will help give you a little bit of color without overdoing it. And really focus on that wrist area, so it'll just be a nice light coverage. And there you go. How easy was that? So, in conclusion, a few tips and tricks to maintain your tan. First off, you can reapply if you find that the color isn't dark enough for you within a few hours. I've even reapplied the next morning, 12 hours later. You can do that. And it lasts a long time. After 3 days, I could still totally tell that I had put the tanner on one leg and not the other. So it lasts a long time. But in order to get it to last a long time, you do not want to use any harsh soaps. I just use a very natural body wash when I'm using self-tanner, and a light, gentle scrub, because you do not want to remove any of that. Obviously, no exfoliation or anything like that. After you apply the self-tanner, you want to wait about 10 minutes, let it really dry, and then put some loose-fitting clothing on. I always do my self-tanner at night. That way it gives me a good solid 12 hours for it to soak in and settle before I am running around and sweating and taking a shower, things like that. So you want to wait a good 12 hours before you are sweating excessively or showering. And then always, with those soaps, you know, don't use those harsh soaps. And then after my showers, I always use a really good lotion to help keep my legs hydrated. So, and that's about it. So these products are amazing. We have our spray, which is super easy and quick. We have our lotion, which is extra hydrating for your body. Please let me know if you have any questions about application or anything. And thanks for listening. Bye.